Every town has secrets, but in Florida, they don't always stay buried. Today, I'm standing in a cemetery I never knew existed, despite driving through this neighborhood more times than I can count. It's hidden behind trees, down a barely worn dirt drive, like it's actively trying not to be found. This is McGeachy Cemetery, one of the oldest burial grounds in the area, quietly holding the dead since the mid-1800s. Pioneers, families, a soldier, children whose lives were heartbreakingly brief. And if local stories are to be believed, something else still lingers here. Not something threatening, something watchful. Let's take the path and see what's still keeping an eye on this place. The moment we step out of the car, the world shifts. The hum of traffic disappears, replaced by wind, insects, and the crunch of leaves underfoot. This isn't a manicured memorial park. There are no neat rows or matching stones. It feels raw, unfinished in the way honest places often are. The dirt road leading in, Saturn Road, is more suggestion than surface, threading between modest homes and newer builds that grew up around the cemetery without ever quite noticing it. The sign tells us the cemetery dates back to the mid-1800s, older than Brooksville itself, which was founded in 1845. And then there's the name McGeachy, Scottish, settler era. At first glance, that's where the certainty ends. Most of the visible graves don't carry that name, but off to one side, fenced in, heavily overgrown, almost swallowed by vines, is a section that feels different, older, intentional. Rising out of the brush is a stone pillar, weathered and quiet like it's been waiting. Later, digging through records, I realized that pillar likely marks Edward McGeachy, born in 1831 and buried here in 1910. There are other McGeachys here too, likely family. Which raises a quiet possibility. This may not have started as a community cemetery at all. It may have begun as a family burial ground and simply expanded as the settlement around it grew. The oldest part of the cemetery isn't just forgotten. It's foundational. To understand this place, you have to slow down, read the names, let the stones do the talking. One headstone pulls me in immediately. Anne Elizabeth Duke, born 1828, died 1904. She lived through nearly the entire 19th century, frontier Florida, the Civil War, Reconstruction, and the edge of a new century. One name, one stone, carrying the weight of immense change. Nearby, the tone shifts. The Shearer family stones tell a harsher story. Jim Shearer dead at 20. Vernon, Richard F. Young lives, few details, no explanations. This wasn't just a cemetery. It was a community ledger, recording loss as faithfully as it recorded life. These were the people who built the town just beyond the tree line, most of them now remembered only by stone and shadow. Deeper into the older section, I find the stone that stops everything. One marker, 4 names, the Higginbottom family. Elizabeth, the mother, died in 1889. Her children lie with her. Bobby, age 7, Offie, just 1 year old, and Charlie, age 7. 3 children buried before their mother joined them. This is the real secret of McGeachy Cemetery. Not treasure, not legend, but truth. Pioneer life wasn't brave because it was romantic. It was brave because it was relentless. This single stone tells the story better than any textbook ever could, about survival and about how often survival failed. And it's while standing here, absorbing that weight, that I realize something else is happening. We're not alone. The cat doesn't appear suddenly. It's already there. It moves ahead of us, settling on one stone, then another. When we catch up, it rises, stretches, and pads forward again, glancing back as if to check whether we're still following. It doesn't feel like being watched. It feels like being led. The cat pauses at grave after grave, lingering just long enough before continuing on. And when it finally stops, it chooses a child's grave. It lies down at the foot of the stone, calm and unbothered, as if this is where it was meant to be. The marker reads, William Byrd, born May 8, 1915, died July 10, 1919, beloved son of Reverend and Mrs. Ernest Simmons, Sr. The cat rests there quietly, no drama, no fear, just presence. If there is such a thing as a guardian, this is what it looks like. Not frightening, not loud, just steady and patient. As if the cemetery itself hadn't already decided to remind us that life still moves alongside death, 2 horses from the neighboring lot wander over to the fence to investigate. They stand there calmly, watching us with soft curiosity, and allow my son to reach through and gently boop their noses. It's an ordinary moment, kind, grounding, human. Life acknowledging death and continuing on anyway. McGeachy Cemetery isn't just one story. It's a family burial ground that grew into a community resting place. It's a ledger of love, loss, and survival. It's a reminder that history doesn't always announce itself. It waits patiently behind trees, hoping someone will notice. And sometimes, when you do, something notices you back. As we leave, the cemetery settles into silence again, and just before the trees close behind us, I catch one last glimpse of striped fur slipping back into the shade, its watch continuing long after we're gone. If you believe these forgotten places and the people within them deserve to be remembered, I'd love for you to like, subscribe, and share this journey. And if there's a hidden spot in your town, quiet, overlooked, waiting, tell me about it in the comments. Until next time, keep exploring the places history tried to forget.